Imagine a world without time, a ribbon of green life surrounded by endless sand. This was the land that would become Egypt. For millennia, nomads roamed, but around 6000 BC, something incredible happened. They discovered the magic of the Nile. Every year, like clockwork, the river would flood, leaving behind a layer of rich, black soil, a gift from the gods. This black land, or Kemet, allowed them to settle, to farm, and to dream. Small villages popped up along the riverbanks, growing into bustling towns. They weren't just surviving anymore, they were thriving. This was the dawn, the first breath of a civilization that would echo through eternity. Two kingdoms emerged from this fertile crescent: Lower Egypt in the north, with its sprawling delta, and Upper Egypt in the south, guarded by cliffs. For centuries they were separate, until a legendary king, known as Narmer or Menes, did the unthinkable. Around 3100 BC, he marched north, uniting the two lands under one crown, the iconic double crown of red and white. He established a new capital, Memphis, and with it, the first dynasty. This unification wasn't just a political move, it was the birth of Egypt as we know it. A single nation, ruled by a single divine king, the Pharaoh. The Old Kingdom had begun. This was the age of pyramids. The Pharaoh wasn't just a king, he was a god on earth, a living Horus. And a god needs an eternal home. It started with simple mud brick tombs, but under Pharaoh Djoser and his genius architect, Imhotep, the game changed. They stacked stone blocks, one on top of the other, creating the first step pyramid at Saqqara. It was a staircase to the heavens. This innovation sparked a revolution. The pharaohs who followed, like Sneferu, perfected the design, leading to the ultimate architectural marvels, the Great Pyramids of Giza. Built for Khufu, Khafre, and Menkaure, these colossal structures were testaments to the pharaoh's power, the unity of the people, and their unshakable belief in the afterlife. Tens of thousands of skilled workers, not slaves, dedicated their lives to building these monuments, creating a wonder that still baffles us today. But no golden age lasts forever. After centuries of stability, cracks began to appear. The immense cost of pyramid building drained the royal treasury. Local governors, called nomarchs, grew powerful, challenging the central authority of the pharaoh. A period of drought and famine weakened the kingdom further. The Old Kingdom crumbled, plunging Egypt into a century of chaos known as the First Intermediate Period. It was a dark time, a nation fractured and fighting itself. Yet, the Egyptian spirit endured. From the southern city of Thebes, a new line of powerful rulers emerged. Mentuhotep II reunified the country, ushering in the Middle Kingdom. This was a renaissance. Art and literature flourished, telling stories not just of gods and kings, but of ordinary people. The pharaohs of this era were seen as wise shepherds of their people, focusing on justice, infrastructure, and expanding trade. They dug canals to connect the Nile to the Red Sea and built massive irrigation projects. Egypt was prosperous and confident once more. But this stability was shattered by invaders from the east. The Hyksos, a mysterious people with superior weapons like the horse-drawn chariot, swept across the delta and ruled northern Egypt for over a century. This was a profound shock to the Egyptian psyche. For the first time, they were ruled by foreigners. This second intermediate period was a time of humiliation, but also of adaptation. The Egyptians learned from their conquerors. They mastered the chariot, adopted new bronze-working techniques, and waited. The Theban princes again rose to the challenge. Led by Ahmose I, they launched a war of liberation, driving the Hyksos out and beginning the most glorious chapter in Egyptian history, the New Kingdom. This was the age of empire. The pharaohs were no longer just builders, they were warriors. Determined to never be invaded again, they pushed Egypt's borders further than ever before, conquering lands from Nubia in the south to Syria in the north. Pharaohs like Thutmose III, the Napoleon of Egypt, became legendary military commanders. The wealth of an empire poured into Thebes. This was the time of the Valley of the Kings, where pharaohs hid their lavish tombs deep in the rock. It was the era of magnificent temples like Karnak and Luxor, vast complexes dedicated to the gods, their walls covered in tales of victory and devotion. In the midst of this power and glory came a revolutionary. Akhenaten ascended the throne and turned religion on its head. He abandoned the traditional pantheon of gods and declared that there was only one true god, the Aten, the sun disk. He moved the capital to a new city, Amarna, and a strange new art style emerged, depicting the royal family with an almost alien-like realism. But this revolution was too much, too soon. After his death, his successors, including the young Tutankhamun, quickly restored the old gods. The priests of Ammonius reasserted their power, and Akhenaten's memory was systematically erased, his city left to the desert sands. The last great warrior pharaoh was Ramses II, or Ramesses the Great. He ruled for an astonishing 67 years, fathered over 100 children, and covered Egypt with monuments to his own glory. He fought the Hittite Empire to a standstill at the Battle of Kadesh and signed the world's first known peace treaty. His reign marked the peak of Egyptian power, a final, magnificent burst of light. But the shadows were lengthening. After Ramesses, a slow, irreversible decline began. A succession of weaker pharaohs, internal power struggles, and economic troubles plagued the kingdom. Egypt faced constant invasions from the Sea Peoples, Libyans, and Nubians. The empire crumbled. For centuries, Egypt was fractured and ruled by foreign dynasties. The Persians conquered the land, then Alexander the Great arrived, welcomed as a liberator. His general, Ptolemy, established a new Greek-speaking dynasty. The last of this line was the brilliant and ambitious Cleopatra VII. She gambled everything to restore Egypt's glory, allying herself with Roman leaders Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. But her defeat at the hands of Octavian, later Emperor Augustus, was the final act. In 30 BC, Egypt became a province of the Roman Empire. The age of the pharaohs was over. For 3,000 years, this incredible civilization had risen from the mud of the Nile, built for eternity, and shaped the world. Though its pharaohs are gone and its gods are silent, the legacy of ancient Egypt, its pyramids, its writing, its knowledge, and its sheer, timeless majesty, endures, a story written in stone and sand. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through time. If you were as captivated by the story of Egypt as I am, please hit that like button and consider subscribing for more deep dives into history. Let me know in the comments which civilization you want to explore next. See you in the next video.